Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing card number 2 of my holiday card series that I was making for this year. And for today I am using this adorable stamp from Neat and Tangle of these foxes. I am also using my alcohol Spectrum Noir markers to color them. And as usual I am doing very basic coloring, so I am just going to leave you with some music while I finish the coloring, and I will come back so we can put the card together. So here my image is finished, and I am just going to be putting the rest of the card together. So I pulled out some of my embossing folders, and this is something I like to do when I'm creating any snow background, is using this embossing folder. This is from Darice, and it's actually a birthday folder, but because I only need a small portion to create the snowbanks, it didn't really matter. I am also using my scallop dies to cut out the shaker portion, and I am also going to be using the negative space on the inside to be the inside of the shaker card. I am running this through my die cutting machine, and I am using the Spellbinders Platinum. I love this machine. It just cuts like butter. I used to have a different one. I think it was a Grand Caliber. It was an older Spellbinders machine, but I wanted to get a different one and a bigger one, so I went ahead and got this one. So I am just doing all the die cutting of my card base for my frame, and then I'm also doing the cutting for the little snowbanks. To glue this, I used the Simon Says Stamp Tacky Glue, which is a glue that I have been using a lot lately, and it's actually very good. On this section, you can see that I had a little bit of excess on the sides, but it didn't matter because I could just cut it off. Also, on the bottom, there's a little section that was missing, but again, nobody's gonna see that once I put the second one there. I left a little bit of a portion so I could tuck the foxtails into the snowbanks, and then I started to put my shaker portion together. For this, I used double-sided tape, and I doubled it up and cut it into very thin strips to fit the little frame. And then I was gonna start putting it together, and I remember that I had to put the acetate first. So for that, again, I used my Simon Says Tacky Glue, and I've noticed that it holds up pretty well. So I do have other glues that I can use, like the Ranger Multi-Medium is really good, but that's what I had at hand, and so I decided to just use that. As I'm putting my shaker, I just wanted to make sure that I cleaned out the little bit of excess glue that went over. And you can't really see it much, but because I didn't want to have any streaks, I cleaned it out. And so I just started putting the shaker all around it. And making shaker cards is one of my favorite to do. For this one, I was very excited because I thought the little foxes were so cute, and as I was going along, I didn't know exactly what my card was going to look like, and I just went with it. So you can see that I started making a big mess on my desk, and that is what you can see, right? But anyway, it was a lot of fun. Do you guys enjoy making shaker cards? So which one is your favorite card to make? I'll be interested in knowing. So if you want to share, go ahead and leave a comment below, so that way you can let me know what's going on. So also, when I was putting the foxes here, I decided that the background looked a little bit empty, and I pulled out this confetti sequence that I had in my stash of snowflakes. They are a little bit large, but it was okay because it was just for the background, and I needed something to decorate it a little bit more. So I just started spreading those around the area and glue them again with the Simon Says glue. But then I started, once I put that there, I thought it looked a lot better, and it started coming along good. Now the next portion is, I was trying to put the shaker, and for this one I was using some sequins that I got from Michaels, and this little jar has different little sequins, and they're like just the circle ones. And I was also going to use the glitter here, but then I remember that it would be best if I glued my my shaker area, or the background, onto the panel first, so that way I can put it all together at once. Now then, I decided to put a couple of the sequins onto the background as well, and then just glue them so that way they could stay in place, and decorate the background a little bit more to fill it in. So once I did that, then I was ready to put my shaker together, and I started putting everything back. But then I decided that I wanted to put some highlights onto the little foxes. Again, I wasn't paying attention as to where the light goes or where the light source was coming from. I just put it wherever I thought that it would look good. I went ahead and added a little bit of that glitter, put it all together, and I find that it's easier to put things like this, when you're making a shaker card, put everything in the center, and then, press your shaker portion around it, so that way nothing comes out. And it always turns out really good, and I get really great results. Now for this one, I used my ATG gun to tape the panel, and I just put a lot of tape all around it to make sure that it will be held in place good. I popped it onto a card base of the same blue sky color that I used, and I just pressed it down and my card was ready. Now, I was just missing a sentiment, but I didn't have it at hand. Decided to stamp it later. But here's my finished card. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, you can go ahead and visit my blog if you want to get a little bit more close-up pictures or information. But I do appreciate you stopping by and hope you have a great day. Bye.